now be an opportunity for silent prayer or meditation. Thank you. Please be seated. Can you help me? Excuse me. Can you assist me here? It is a stool. Order, honorable members, the only item for today on today's order paper is questions addressed to the President. Honorable members may press the talk button on their desk if they wish to ask a supplementary question. The first question has been asked by the Honorable N.R. Bengu. The President.
Sihlalo somlomo ohloniphekile kancane njengane yakwethu asixabani.
Ngicela umongameli athathe isitulo. Hlala khuluma ke mama, angikwazi ukuthi ufuna ukukhuluma ngani.
Okay, ngiyabonga ke ngibonga ukuhlonipha kwakho somlomo omuhle noma ngabeli wethu eSouth Africa ukuthi asihlonipha uhlala phansi. Bengifuna ukuzwa la njengomuntu osuka le kude kwaZulu Natal emaphepheni la angiboni la kuvela khona ukuthi umangameli njengoba sila eParliament sihloniphekile nawe uyasihlonipha naye siyamhlonipha ukuthi uthini ngale mali eyasenkandla uthi uzoyikhokha nini imali yabantu bayentela na ngoba lo mbuzo uyinkinga uyafuna uyabuzwa asazophendwa asilwi lapha wena kuphela mangase asitshele ukuthi akangene kulokho nje ukuthi izokhokha nini imali yasenkandla ngoba uthula umadonsela wachaza wathi washo wathi
ngicela uhloniphe
umangameli akakhokhe enye yayo yalezi mali.
Yilapho ngiyabonga. Akukona ukuhloniphana lokho. Ngicela umongameli aqhubeke.
Speaker, on a point of order.
No, honorable Dlozi. Honorable Dlozi, please take your seat. We are having questions to the President, and that's what I'm asking the President to start doing, to answer questions.
Now, no, Speaker, I'm right.
As agreed, as according to the rules of this House.
No, isn't it?
Honorable Dlozi, please take your seat.
Honorable Speaker, I'm rising on a point of order.
No, Honorable Dlozi, there's no point of order about the fact that we are having questions to the President this afternoon.
The tradition, Honorable Speaker, is that you have to hear my order. I'm rising.
Honorable Dlozi, the tradition is that we have the business of the
you
day.
See, Honorable Speaker, Parliament has been rendered useless by the President. The President has rendered our Parliament useless.
Honorable
the President doesn't take Parliament serious.
Honorable
the President comes here, makes a mockery of our questions, and he's let to go.
Honorable
he's come back again, and we have no guarantee that he's not going to be making a mockery of the Nkandla question. And the reality is, we can't engage in forms of speech that are empty. We can't engage in forms of accountability that are empty, that are disrespected by the President. Mamkaula says the last time President was here, made a mockery of a very honest process of asking about Nkandla in as far as the Public Protector's report is concerned. Let us respond to that first.
Yes,
as long as the President does not speak to that question, he is efficiently undermining anything we are doing in this house. And I'm rising on a point of order because we must be assisted.
I have not recognized you on a point of order.
Because you won't recognize. You don't want to recognize me. You don't want to recognize me. I asked, recognize me on a point of order. You don't want to recognize me.
Honorable Chief.
So what must happen?
Honorable Speaker.
President Zuma must not engage with us. He doesn't take this parliament seriously. He doesn't take the mandate of the people of this country seriously. He must pay back the money. He must tell us the date and time. Or else we're just going to be ridiculed. And the other side laughs as if we're in some Trevor Noah show here. He ridicules this parliament. That is where we must start.
Honorable Shibambu, you are the chief whip of the EFF.
Yes.
Your member is on his feet and you rise. What kind of order is that, Honorable Shibambu? Honorable Shibambu, Honorable Shibambu, I am not going to allow you people from the EFF to have this kind of disruption this afternoon.
Want accountability. You must answer us on when.
Honorable Shibambu, there's a question paper.
We want a decision.
There's a rule about submitting questions, and we have the questions for today in front of us on the question paper.
But he's undermining.
Honorable Shibambu, take your seat. Take your seat, Honorable Shibambu.
Back the money.
Honorable Chief,
you want clarity on him
I have
answering the question on paying back the money. That is what we're looking for. There's an instruction about paying the money and it's not done so.
Honorable Chief Whip.
Honorable Speaker, the rule book that Honorable Josie is showing specifically prescribes.
Point of order.
So it means we should not speak.
I'm still listening to a point of order here, Honorable Member.
The rule of anticipation.
No, Honorable Speaker, there was a point of order here by Ndlozi, and you did not recognize it. Why is it special that his point of order rings supreme?
Why
you must first recognize the first point of order.
No,
you are not special. What do you mean you are not special? You are not recognized a member here.
You are not going to command nobody here.
The member stood up first on the point of order. You can't tell me to sit down.
I tell you.
You can't tell me to sit down.
I tell you to sit down.
I will never sit down. I don't take instructions from you. And you are not going to be recognized under a special rule. There's nothing special about you. This member of parliament here stood up first on a point of order. He stood up first on a point of order. He must be recognized. He must be recognized.
Honorable members, may I ask both of you, Honorable Chief Whip and Honorable Malema,
there's
may
nothing,
I ask
Chief
you
Whip,
to
that
take
gives
your
you
seat?
power.
Can
What
you
power
take
do you
your
have?
seat? Honorable Malema.
Ndlozi stood up first on a point of order. Let Ndlozi be recognized
please
first.
Take your seat.
But are you going to recognize us? Ndlozi stood up on a point of order. You don't recognize him.
Honorable Ndlozi actually spoke until his
unrecognized against your wish. Against your wish.
Please take your seat, Honorable
Ndlozi, you are recognized. Stand up on a point of order.
Thank you.
Please.
You are exercising fairness, Speaker. Recognize me on a point of order and address me as an equal member of this House.
Honorable Surti.
So they just rise, Bona.
But Speaker, how do
now we don't rise. We don't get recognized.
Surti, I recognize you.
He is not going to
now they just rise. It's
Honorable
nice
Surti is not going to speak because we have Honorable Ndlozi on the floor, which you don't want to recognize. So tell us, what do you expect from us? Because we want to respect you, but you don't respect us.
What
you
I
must
want
be fair. You must
all
be fair in sharing
honorable
this
members
Speaker.
is for them to respect themselves and to respect the House. I now recognize Honorable Surti.
No, it's not. Izokwenzeka sizosebenza la. Upresident last time ezela ufika wadelela le parliament sizosebenza la. Walibela ukuhleka instead ukuthi asitshele ukuthi imali yakhe uzoyizisa nini. Sizosebenza la speaker sodalela kuthini. Please.
Honorable Surti.
Honorable Speaker.
Enye into yihlazo lelicela umangameli ningafuni ukuthi aphawule ngezinto ekufanele aphawule ngazo emphakathini. Siyacela ukuthi lapho ngaphambili ke nazinto umangameli akuyena wenu ngoba kwalezi imali ezibuzwa ayibuzwa iEFF sibuzwa abantu umbuzo olokhu uphumile and uthula Madonsa lokho ekushila ukuthi washo ukuthi ayikhokhwe le mali yini izosenza indima thina la ngaphakathi kuthi into ekhona lithi ayikho thina sizele la kuzodlala asimzondo umangameli inini enikhombisa ukuzonda umangameli ngoba nifuna phendule umbuzo obuzwa iSouth Africa as a whole non-province ifuna i-answer kuphela balokho bekhuluma ngale ndlela yokuthi bavikela umangameli akuyena umangameli oweSouth Africa iSouth Africa ifuna ukwazi ukuthi imali yayo ibuya nini. That's all.
Honorable Speaker.
Akuliwa umangameli akuboshwa abantu abangcono ababeyiseyo ngenani intuthuko kwakhe asho ukuthi babedlala ngaye mangabe kunjalo.
Honorable members.
Honorable Speaker.
I will briefly suspend the business for purposes of asking the whips to meet in the Secretary's office.
No, but he must pay back the money whilst they are busy going to confer in that chief's whip's office.
President Dagaskata Dovina Bina Vopela Rodafana, Achekagaro.
Chief Whip, G26. Victor, what's the announcement? We're in suspension.
Hello. Honorable members, whips are being asked to meet at G26, just behind the National Assembly.
Yes, I have done this.
The chief whips are being asked to meet at G26. The chief whips.
is now live from Parliament in Cape Town. Of course, the Speaker of Parliament there adjourning, or rather suspending Parliament, and summoning the chief whips of all the political parties for a short meeting. This was supposed to be an oral answer from a session from President Jacob Zuma, answering, of course, 6 questions that were already set out. The EFF, the Economic Freedom Fighters, at the start of that session, pursuing the question over in Nkandla, and we've seen several EFF members insisting that the President continue answering questions over the Nkandla debacle. And after a bit of scuffles in there, well, orally that is, we've seen the Speaker of Parliament adjourn or suspend Parliament temporarily. The chief whips now of all the different political parties meeting in her office, and of course we'll try and find out and just wait to see what happens in the next few minutes or so, possibly a return to the Parliament session by those chief whips. Also Parliament there from Cape Town. We've seen visuals temporarily suspended. We have chief whips of the various parties summoned to a meeting. This was after the Economic Freedom Fighters insisting on the question of Nkandla. We'll be back after the break. Stay with us.
Honorable members, we suspended proceedings to allow the whips to consult. Before we proceed, I will allow the whips to report on their consultations. Honorable Deputy Chief Whip.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. We met in G26 as the whips of different political parties. Then we agreed, all parties agreed that we are going to continue with the proceedings of today, except for the EFF because they have their own demands. So the others are in agreement. The EFF want the president to apologize. They also want that peace deal they had with the deputy president to be continued. So also another pending issue is the issue of Nkandla. That yes, all parties raised that. So we agreed that we are going to put that aside so that we deal with the business of today. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Chief Whip. Honorable Stianese.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, Section 57(1) of the Constitution sets out very clearly that we make internal arrangements in this House to conduct our business, and we have the rules that give effect to Section 57.1. This Parliament is one of the few institutions left in the country that has not been captured by the state, and it is that reason why we must protect and defend it. The President has insulted members of this House, the opposition. He's mocked people's accents, and he also made very light of the very burning issue of Nkandla, which still angers many South Africans. And I think this is most unfortunate because it has provoked members of the opposition in their behavior in the House today. However, we as members of Parliament must protect and defend this institution. We must use this House to continue to hold President Jacob Zuma and his executive to account, and we do that by using motions in this House, calling for snap debates as we did this week, and using the oral question session which is provided for us today to do that. And so we certainly want the President to pay back the money, and we will continue through the ad hoc committee and our legal processes to ensure that the President pays back every cent. However, we fought very hard to get the President into this House today, and the only people that benefit when this House collapses are the President and the Executive. And that's why they laugh every time the House collapses, because they get away from being held accountable by the opposition. We have questions on the order paper today. They are in order. We want to put them to the President. We want to do the job that South Africans sent the Democratic Alliance here to do, which is to hold the President and his Executive accountable.
Are there any other Honorable Singh?
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, Honourable Members, whilst we agree with the gravity of the issues that have been mentioned by other political parties and the need that they need to be discussed and discussed by all of us in good faith, there are processes underway where we can have those kind of discussions. Yesterday we had a very acrimonious debate to decide on the business of the day for today, to such an extent that we had to vote on for what goes on the order paper today. We all agreed that the business of today should be questions to the President. We are here as the IFP to ensure that we ask follow-up questions to the President. The business of the House must proceed on the basis of today's order paper as printed. Thank you.
The Honourable Shibambu.
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker. You know, the founding principles of South Africa's democracy is separation of powers, amongst other things, but also the multi-party system of democracy. And we've made observations, we raised it with the Chief Whips, that it looks like the ruling party is steamrolling this Parliament and using it as a rubber stamp of the executive. Yes. And in some instances, even replacing the powers of Parliament, the powers of other institutions of democracy. Yes. replacing all of those and the executive investigating itself, taking wrong decisions that are not constitutional. We are refusing, as this parliament, as members of parliament, as the EFF, we disagree with the approach which has been taken by the other parties in terms of this approach. We say that the president must not undermine the constitution, he must be accountable. He must come with a clear program on when is he going to pay back the money. We can't just sweep that issue under the pocket. We cannot be steamrolled through an undemocratic process, and we're party to that. That is why we're saying that the president must give us accountability in terms of when is he going to pay back the money. Not that report of the Minister of Police that says that the people of South Africa must spend more money on the enrichment of one person. We can't be steamrolled towards commission of corruption by a sitting head of state. We have seen many countries in Africa collapse because of protection of one individual. We cannot agree that this parliament be utilized to rubber stamp wrong decisions of this particular parliament. That is why we stand up here to say that we want the president to give us a definite answer on when is he going to pay back the money. Because there's a clear instruction about that and there's no confusion about it. So we need clarity in terms of that. We do not agree with a president who comes here and makes mockery of this institution, and makes mockery and tells jokes here about an important issue of corruption. The people of South Africa are the ones who are funding us here. They pay VAT every day, they pay taxes. They expect us to use that money to fund developmental programs, not security of one president, which is unjustifiably costly. The people of South Africa are not expecting us to be protecting chickens and cattle in Kandla. Our message is clear, it's very clear that we want to be told as to when is he going to pay that money, and that is what we're standing here to demand. We're not begging, we're not asking, we're demanding because we've been mandated by our people that the president must pay back the money, he must do so.
The Honorable Kobisa.
Speaker, we met this afternoon and seemingly it was clear that there are currents and undercurrents, serious issues that have to be attended to, and as a matter of urgency. And we feel that there should be a meeting to discuss these issues. Nkandla being one of them, and the jesting that happened previously should be discussed. However, His Excellency the President is here in terms of Rule 111, and also to fulfill his constitutional obligation to account to this Parliament where the executive must account. As an NFP, we feel that for this prerogative must be used for the President to account, and we'll have follow-up questions. He has got to respond to the questions that we have.
The Honorable Mulder.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. It is quite clear that the problem this afternoon is caused by the whole Nkandla situation, if I put it that way. Colleagues refer to it as a burning issue. In lighter vein, seeing that the fire pool and the swimming pool is under consideration, we should perhaps not refer to it as a burning issue. But be that as it may. Honourable Speaker, the Constitution asks of us in Section 55 as the legislative arm of government. And it says in exercising its legislative power, the National Assembly must provide for mechanisms to ensure that all executive organs of state and the national sphere of government are accountable to it. Question time is exactly such an occasion. We cannot complain and say that the President does not come to Parliament to answer questions if we do not give him the opportunity to do so. We must do so. That does not mean, however, that we are necessarily satisfied with what was said up to this point with regard to Nkandla. But today, Nkandla is not on the order paper. At the next question time, the EFF will definitely have a chance in terms of rotation, and I suggest if any other party does not do so, that they put the Nkandla issue back on the agenda and ask that question, because we all want to know the answer. But in terms of today, I would suggest that we continue and do our duty in terms of the Constitution to keep the executive to account and proceed as soon as possible. Thank you.
The Honourable Dudley.
Speaker, The ACDP is committed to holding the President and his executive accountable, but we're committed to doing so within the rules of Parliament and through the processes. We do object to being held to ransom by one party. We do object to the attack on multi-party democracy coming from one party in the opposition, who actually stops all other parties from having any say or doing what we need to do in terms of holding the President and his executive to account. Thank you.
The Honourable Lekota.
Madam Speaker, it is very important that we underline the fact that we are expected to hold the executive as opposition to account. The problem we have today in this House is not caused by Ngandla. It is caused by the President and the party he leads. The President should be the first person to comply with the provisions of the Constitution. Therefore, when an institution empowered by the Constitution says that he must do certain remedial action, he should have done it. He is not above the law. He should have done it. No, he should have done it. The fact that he did not do it, the fact that his party is supporting him in refusing to comply with the Constitution, is the cause of the problem we are faced with now. In terms of our Constitution, one does not only need to have a majority, you must have a majority that complies with the provisions of the Constitution. Unless the majority leads guided by the provisions of the Constitution, which is the supreme law of our land, that majority is meaningless and irrelevant. Therefore, the President, if you want, look, as long as the President does not listen and follow the Constitution, no citizen can be held and compelled to comply with the Constitution. Many citizens will do what they choose to do because the principle of equality before the law means that the President is the first one to comply with the law. President Mandela would have said, I'm going to court even if I'm called by Louis late. I must go because I must be the first servant and obedient servant of the Constitution. We can't have this individual acting as he does like the boss in his own house. This country belongs to all of us, black and white. So everybody must comply with the Constitution. And until that happens, you will not have the collaboration and support of the majority of the people.
A point of order,
That's
Chair.
going to happen.
A point of order.
Yes, Honourable Zulu, what's the point of order? Order, Honourable members. Go on, Honourable Zulu, what's the point of order?
The point of order, Chair, is that you requested the Chief Whips to give us a report of their meeting. You gave us you asked them to give us a report on their meetings, but ultimately what we are listening to are statements, number one. Number two, the point of order is the fact that, Honourable Speaker, some members of the public did not come here to listen. They came here to support their parties. The issue here, Honourable Speaker, the issue is that, Honourable Speaker,
point of order, Madam Speaker.
We respect.
Point of order, Madam Speaker. Point of order, Madam Speaker.
Honourable Kadi, I can't listen to 2 points of order.
It's a point of order over here, a point of order. She's out of order. Can I be listened to?
No, Honourable
She's addressing us and she was not part of the meeting.
No, Honourable Kadi.
She's out of order, Madam
Honourable
Speaker.
Kadi, please take your seat.
May I raise a point of order over here?
No, I'm not allowing you to raise a point of order on top of a point of order.
But she's out of order, Madam Speaker. Can
You
you
will
raise
tell
the
me
point
that
of order?
later. You will tell me that later when I observe.
Or when she
actually-
finishes speaking?
Yes.
Okay, no problem.
Honorable Zulu,
I was respectfully concluding, Honorable Speaker, that the House rules do not allow that members of the public should participate. That's the order. That's one of the issues that I'm raising, and that should be respected. Thank you.
Actually, I'll take you, Honorable Gadi. I would like to take the opportunity to appeal to our guests in the gallery, who indeed we are happy to have, but we would like to point out that members who are sitting in the gallery as our honorable guests are not allowed to participate in the proceedings of the House by clapping and doing anything that is a part and parcel of the proceedings of the House. Honorable Gadi.
Madam Speaker, the collapsing of the House can be in greater extent be also attributed to your office and your chair. You allow a point of order that is very frivolous from an honorable member that side. I don't want to call her Ginger as I hear. Now she says I'm talking nonsense, Madam Speaker. You don't even intervene very fast. This is the kind of ridicule and torture that we get from the ruling party members. May you please talk to her to withdraw that word nonsense before I proceed.
I didn't hear that. No, I actually didn't.
Madam Speaker.
Are you through, Honorable Gadi?
I can't be through until she withdraws her insults
Honorable
on me.
Gadi. No. No, Honorable Gadi.
Madam Speaker, maybe you will also rule on that concern that we have over her remarks that I'm speaking nonsense. In fact, we shall retaliate with that nonsense and tell her quite more insults than she has done to us. And I don't think that is what you want, Madam Speaker. But the fact of the matter is that she's out of order on what she has been telling the House. Please.
Honorable Zulu, did you say he was talking nonsense?
Honorable Speaker, yes, I did. I withdraw.
Thank you. Honorable members, if there are no other parties who want to give us a feedback, AIC.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. There are two issues here, to be or not to be. Honorable Speaker, it is clear, therefore, that the executive and the president have got to be held accountable to Parliament. That is clear. But in our meeting, I put it to all of them that it is important that today we continue with the business of the day as scheduled. Then this burning issue of Nkandla, as others may not regard it as a burning issue, but to the people, this is a burning issue. I propose that this Nkandla issue should be responded to when the president comes back to Parliament, so that now the people or the nation should really get it clear from the president himself. I don't think the president has got a problem now to answer this question. It's very simple. Let us give him a chance once and for all. Then I will no longer talk about it. Thank you very much.
Honorable Trowama.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'm going to be short. I think the business of the day must be allowed to continue. And His Excellency, the President, must be allowed to do his responsibility. The sooner we do that, the better. And I also want to say, Honorable Speaker, that I hope Honorable Misho must pray for us. I think respect has become a scarce resource in this parliament. And I just want to emphasize that we can draw our points across without being disrespectful. And I want to say, if all parties can act to protect this parliament, and first we become patriotic, we become South Africans. And I want to say that there are better ways. If you say somebody or Honorable President is wrong, which I share that view, but you must do it in a way that you show yourself as a better person. Because as much as you say is not the president has done that and that, make sure that you live an exemplary life at the same time.
Honorable Maimane.
Thank you, Speaker. Without trying to confuse the discussion even more, Speaker, I think the President has been here. He's heard what the majority of the parties have been saying. There are 2 points that I think are important to note. The first is that I think in the main, South Africans recognize that we want to come here and proceed with the business. I think that shouldn't be denied. I think that must be fair and that must be granted. Yet at the same time, I think we mustn't lose track of the fact that the last time the President was here, we left on a note where the President, in fact, mocked the issue of Nkandla. And I think South Africans are offended by that. I think we mustn't deny that fact. So can I request, Speaker, honorable members, can I request, Speaker, everybody has spoken about this issue. I want to ask and appeal.
Order, honorable members. Order. Can you wrap up, Honorable Maimane?
I am, Speaker. I wanted to request that the President takes the podium. He can address first and foremost the issue that we're speaking about. We proceed with the questions. It's up to him what he wants to say to the people of this country. And I want
Thank you, Honorable Maimane. Thank
you. We can do that.
Honorable members, this House has a constitutional function. Honorable Malema, can you allow the chair to proceed now?
Yeah, before you make a ruling on how we're going to proceed. Because everybody has been given a chance here, so I think I must
No, the EFF was also given a chance.
They spoke twice.
Please proceed, Honorable
Malema. That is the problem, Honorable Speaker.
Proceed.
No, Honorable Speaker, we want to make a submission that the President will have to start with the Nkandla matter. You see, you are shaking your head, Honorable Speaker, even before I finish, because you've got a partisan position. And that is what collapsed this House. We'll never listen to anything from you because of party politics. The President will have to be answerable to this House. And this overprotection of the President has collapsed this House. You and the President rendered this institution useless. You can be guaranteed the President is going to have to answer that question today. Before we do any other, you can say no and all that, but the reality of the situation is that we are stuck at a point where the President will have to tell us when is he paying back the money. That's where we are. And any other intervention is not going to help, because the President, whatever answer is going to give on any question, he ridicules this Parliament and he has undermined the process of accountability. We will never believe anything he says until he confirms that he will respect a constitutional institution in the form of a public protector, and he shall comply. With the remedial actions of the public protector, and that the Ntleko report shall be sent to Ntleko's house for his kids to play with those video games he was showing on TV, because we don't recognize that thing Ntleko was doing. We are on public protector.
Point of order, Honorable Speaker. Can you allow a point of order from Ahang SA?
Oh, okay.
Honorable Tlowama.
Honorable Speaker, we have just agreed from our meeting as whips that that the president must be allowed to continue with the business of the day. And I believe that
a point of order, Madam Speaker. A point of order.
Most of the deliberations.
A point of order, Madam
Most of the
Speaker.
deliberations
He is misleading the House.
No, Honorable Kadi.
Can I assist you, Madam Speaker?
No, I don't want assistance, Honorable Kadi.
Let us help you, Madam Speaker. There was
I don't
never
need
an
help,
agreement
Honorable
in
Kadi.
the Chief Whip's forum. If there was any agreement, a suggestion was made that
Honorable
Whips
Kadi.
must go and hold a caucus. After
Honorable
that,
Kadi.
Whips must come back to the
Can
same
you
room
allow
and
another
report.
honorable
He's
member
misleading
of the House?
House.
No,
There
but
was
you have
never
to
an
give him his chance to say what he wants to say. There are many things you say where others
We'll come
disagree
back.
with you.
We'll come back. to
Please
that.
let
Okay.
Honorable Tawama proceed.
Honorable Speaker, I said we have made statements, majority of parties have made statements that the business of the day must
But
continue
Speaker,
today.
Honorable Speaker, there is no point of order from that member.
Honorable
Malema is on platform, and that member stood up on a point of order, which he does not have. Speaker.
Honorable Maxine.
My point of order was, let's allow the business of the day to continue, for the president to answer, questions, and if they
That point of order is sustained. Babu Shenge.
Honorable Speaker, I propose that we vote on the matter whether we proceed according to today's program or not. I propose that the matter be put to a vote. That's how democracy works.
Honorable Speaker, whether you vote or you don't vote, we are going to ask the President the same question. And that question doesn't depend on voting here. We are not voting kettles. We are not here to vote. We are here to debate.
Honorable Speaker, may I please address you?
Where's the girl? Please bring back the girl. Bring back the girl.
Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members, can we respect ourselves? Can we respect ourselves? Can we respect the House? Can we respect the people of South Africa?
Speaker. Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, please. Ubana ngaba sifuna lendlu ibuyele kulambo ibikuyo lokubana awufuni iyehlele kwisimo engafuni sona qala ngabantu beANC ubaxolele bamba ba withdraw what girl are they talking about? Bring back whose girl? Who is saying that? Which girl must be brought back? If you don't ask them to withdraw that, then this house is going to deteriorate.
Honorable members, in fact, I was interrupted as I was saying, this House has a constitutional function to undertake according to the rules that are in place in terms of which matters are raised. There is a questions procedure in the rules book which regulates both oral and written questions. Parties have opportunities in terms of the rules to ask questions. Today's question session is being held in terms of that procedure. And honorable members, according to that procedure, we have been processing the issue of the questions that are on the question paper, and we will now proceed. And I recognize the President.
Honorable Chair, just please may I address you?
No.
We are going to
I
allow
do not want you to address me because we are now proceeding.
Now all the time when I stand, you don't want to recognize me. I'm
Honorable
rising.
Dlozi, please take your seat.
I want to take my seat, but I'm rising on a point of order.
No.
Madam Chair.
Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker.
No, honorable member, I won't recognize you. I've now, for the
Madam
second
Speaker.
time, called the president to answer questions that
Madam
are on
Speaker.
the question paper.
Madam Speaker, lilungelo lam nam.
Hayi sisi, awunalungelo
Madam
lokudistracta
Speaker, lilungelo
i-House.
lam nam andimoshi
Uyamosha,
lilungelo lam sisi.
Uyamosha.
Lilungelo lam ndikhulule.
Awunalo ilungelo
Kutheni ndingenalo?
lokuphula imithetho yepalamente.
Andophula imithetho.
Uyawophula.
Somlomo andophula imithetho.
Uyawophula.
Bavumele bonke, kutheni mina ungandivumeli?
Because akusafanelanga ndikuvumele according to the rules.
Mamela ke somlomo wam.
Andifuna ukubamela sisi.
Okay, ngizawuthetha.
Ndicela uhlale phansi.
Sisatsho ke thina sithi.
Ndicela uhlale phansi sisi.
Okokuba ngaba le mpendulo siyifunayo kulotata ayikho.
Honorable member, can you please take your seat?
Akukazuba right kule ndlu yakho ukuba ngaba lo tata akakaphenduli. Isizwe
Honorable member,
namhlanje sisabukele.
If you don't want to take your seat,
simangele angajayiva utata.
Honorable Sonti, can you please take your seat? If you don't, I will have to ask you to leave the house.
Kodwa unecala. Unalo icala futhi kudala sikubhekile.
Honorable Sonti,
unalo icala.
Can you please enable the House to proceed with its
unalo
business?
icala ndithi mandikuxelele isizwe sijongile sibukele sona yonke lento yenzekayo.
Honorable Sonti,
ayisithi inobucinga bayi noba yi-SS.
Can I call on the sergeant at arms
recognize me
to assist that honorable member who
Madam
has
Speaker.
no intention to allow the House to proceed with its work to please leave the House?
Please be honest to the people of South Africa. He does not even respect the constitution of this country. Mr. President, please respect the constitution. You are not above the law. Last time when we were here, you did not speak well about the Nkandla issue.
Honorable Mashabela, I never recognized you for a start.
Issue, a joke. Nkandla, Maibabo, the poor president. When are you going to pay back the money? This is a matter of national interest. The people of South Africa want to know, when are you going to pay back the money? Please, be honest to the people of South Africa. Your own people, your own country, Mr. President.
Madam Speaker, may we assist you?
Honorable members, we can't continue like this.
Madam Speaker, I want to assist you.
No, I don't need your assistance, Honorable Good. We can't proceed
on a
like
point
this.
of order, Madam
No,
Speaker.
Honorable member.
Madam Speaker, the point of order is when you suspended the
Honorable
sitting,
member,
you requested us to go and meet, and we are in that meeting. There was never an agreement.
We
suggested
received the reports from the chief whips,
the report
and
should
we
have
know
been given
exactly
back in
what
that-
they
in that
decided.
room.
But there are honorable members in those benches that don't want to allow the House to proceed with its business.
It is not true, Madam Speaker. It is in bad faith that the whips of the
Honorable
ruling party
Kadi.
are doing what they did. A suggestion was made that after the caucuses, we must go back to that room. They must report on the issues that were raised. They are refusing to go back to that room to report on what they have discussed in their caucuses. We will not be having this problem if they have reported there and we come back here, we have found each other. And now they are misleading you, Madam Speaker, in the House that there was an agreement. If there was any agreement, it was that after the caucuses, whips are going to meet and deal with the issues that come out of the caucuses on the matters that have been raised. Is the President going to apologize for his racist gesture on that particular day when he made gestures on accent of people? That was very racist. They should have reported back to the whips whether he is going to apologize or not. They did not convene the whips forum again to report back on the outcome of the party caucuses. If there's anything good that can be done now, is, Madam Speaker, you request the whips to go and report there, so that if we don't find each other, so be it, we'll come back and see what happens, Madam Speaker. That was in bad faith.
I would like to say that it is very clear that there are honorable members who are determined to block the business of the House from proceeding.
Honorable Speaker.
I also want to say, honorable members, that
Honorable Speaker,
this is in disrespect to the people of South Africa who voted for all of us.
I don't think you are helping, Speaker. Honorable Lukota raised a very important point of equality before the law.
The majority of the whips made
terms of the rule
that their decision was that
in terms of the Constitution, the public protector's report,
are members
it is the report that everybody must respect. It's all what we're asking, Speaker, please. It is not our intention to disrupt, but to raise a point, the constitutional issue. The President must be able to respect the Constitution. The Public Protector's Office is one of the institutions which supports the Constitution. So please, equality before the law is something that we need to observe, all of us, irrespective of our responsibilities.
Yes, Honorable Pando.
Speaker. Order. Speaker. Order. On a point of order, Speaker. Honorable Speaker, you can't do that. Honorable Speaker, you can't do that. You can't do that. It is wrong. We are equal here. We are equal. You can't do that. You can't do that. If you are going to recognize the super minister, you must recognize all of us.
Pay back the money. Pay back the money.
I know. Pay back the money. Pay back the money. Honorable Speaker. Pay back the money.
Honorable members, you will hear it. Honorable members, I have exercised patience. I have implemented the rules. It's clear that there are those who will not cooperate. And at this point, I'm sure the only thing is that we direct what it is we need to do with this kind of behavior to the relevant structures of Parliament. But, honorable members, it must be clear also to the public that there are those who have come to this parliament to undermine the will of the people of South Africa. And therefore, at this point, because honorable members, we can't go on like this. I would like the House to be adjourned until we take a different decision.
Madam Speaker, on a point of order. Madam Speaker, on a point of order. Madam Speaker, you can't close the House yet. The mace is still there. Members who are leaving are disrespecting the House. The mace is still there. Madam Speaker.
Can the mace be taken out of the House?
Madam Speaker, I'm on the floor.
Honorable Steenhuisen, I have adjourned the House.
You have not, Madam Speaker.
Please,
Madam Speaker, you have not adjourned the House. Madam Speaker.
Nonsense.
Madam Speaker.
Nonsense.
Can you remove the mace?
Madam Speaker, the House has not adjourned. The mace is still there. I want to
Nonsense.
Madam Speaker, are you in control of your House?
Nonsense.
Madam Speaker, are you in control of your House? Madam Speaker, the only winner today has been President Zuma and the executive, who've once again got away from accountability. You don't have your answer. We don't have our answers. The people of South Africa don't have an answer. What is going on in this parliament?